Hello, I'm Dennis. I'm on the verge of being 56 years old. I live in Alabama. Big NASCAR fan. Live within 15 minutes of Talladega, the world's fastest super speedway. I went to the very first race in 1969. It's back when they had the big Dodges with the wings on the back of them. Graduated from Sachs High School in 1970. Finished in my allotted time. Went to college for a little while in town about 15 or 20 miles away. I was married in 1973, and I was divorced after a few years, but still see her occasionally and love her. Had a lot of different jobs in my life, and been carpenter, painter, handyman. Worked at a hospital for a few years. That's what I was going to college for, to be a physical therapy assistant. That's where I worked in the physical therapy department of the hospital. Worked in sewing plants, cotton mills. And then in the early 80s, I got into mobile homes. And the early 90s, I opened up my own mobile home setup business. And worked through the 90s, self-employed. And then around 2000, I quit my job to take on my lifelong dream of being an artist. And for the past 7 years, that's what I've done. I've sold 500 to 600 on eBay, and recently I've found a new venue called Etsy, and I've sold 41 on Etsy, I think. I don't make a lot of money. It's a struggle. I'm in this book here, Creative Minds, and in April of '08, there's a book coming out by a friend of mine. She's an artist, and she paints big eye art, and she has written a book including 20-some artists, and she asked me to paint several paintings to be in the book, and I was honored. And I painted some big-eyed characters. Looking forward to that book. You know, if you're a good friend of mine, you know what you're getting for Christmas or your birthday. 'Cause I don't have much money. I lost my mother a couple of years ago. I was talking to my brother recently about how a lot of people look at people that are doing wrong and they give up hope on these people. And they think, they're never going to turn around. They're always going to be caught up in their sin. I was remembering how my mother used to, no matter what I did, she would always be there for me and forgive me and try to encourage me to do right. She was a very special person. I remember in high school I would take all the allotted days during the year that you could be out of school. I would play hooky, and I think we had 11 days we could be out of school, and I took all 11 of them. And my mother caught me skipping school, and she told me, "Don't you ever do it again. If you do it again, I'm telling your daddy." And that was enough to scare me into not doing it anymore. I love my daddy so much, and he passed away about 15 years ago. Sudden. It was such a shocker when he passed because nobody knew he was in having any problems. He was with us one day and gone the next. Me and him had a lot of problems over the years because of my rebellious nature. But he was a Christian man. He read his Bible every day, and he always wanted me to be a preacher or wanted me to go in business with him and build houses. We tried that once in '77, and it was disastrous. But I had great parents. I miss them both so much, and hope to see them again. Well, I guess I've rambled enough, and hopefully tomorrow will be a much better day. It's been unseasonably hot this year, but tomorrow is supposed to be about 10 degrees cooler, and maybe the heat has broke, and we're in for a pleasant fall. And I hope to do many more videos on YouTube about my beliefs in Christianity, the Bible. I think I've made a lot of enemies on here that are Christians, but I love them all. I listen to their beliefs, and if I see it wrong, I say something, and if they see my wrongness as fatal, I guess. But, like I've said many times before, I don't care. We all have our own journey to go on, and we'll all see each other in the end.